Ever walk into a room and feel like every eye is drilling a hole through you? You tell yourself you are just shy, but deep down you know it is different. You feel like an alien observing a world you not know how to speak to. This is the first step into the void. You look at the people around you and wonder what secret code they all seem to know. This alienation is not just in your head. It is a heavy physical weight. You try to mimic their confidence, but it always feels like a poor performance. You are an observer, never a participant. Welcome to the social void. Telling you to just be confident is like telling someone with a broken leg to run. You are operating under an outdated survival protocol that is misfiring today. It is time to look at why your system is constantly crashing. Today, we break this mechanism down into atoms. We will understand exactly where the glitch happens in your mind and how to fix it. This is not magic, it is engineering. We will recalibrate your internal systems to work for you. To understand your fear, we travel back millions of years. Your survival once depended on the protection of your tribe. If you were rejected, you were finished. Your brain still thinks that not fitting in is a death sentence. Your brain evolved a social alarm to keep you safe. The amygdala created a constant monitoring system to check if you were accepted. It was a life or death calculus that happened in a split second. If you were judged, your brain fired a sharp warning shot to save your life. That ancient alarm is still active inside your head today. The fatal error is that the world has moved on, but your brain has not. Today, a critical comment or a glance from a stranger triggers the same survival alarm. You are constantly in a state of fight or flight in a perfectly safe room. You are not actually afraid of people. You are afraid of an ancient ghost. Now, we must add the digital layer to this complex biological trap. We live in a world where we are constantly watched and evaluated. We have trained our brains to hunt for social approval at every turn. When you get no likes, you feel the sting of social rejection deep in your gut. This constant exposure keeps your stress hormone levels at their absolute peak. When stress spikes, your confidence drops, and you feel the need to hide away. It is a vicious circle that keeps you trapped behind a glowing screen. You are starving for connection while being absolutely terrified of it at the same time. You have turned your social existence into data points and performance metrics. In that moment, you stop being a human and become an object to be evaluated. This is exactly where your fear turns into constant, draining background noise. The noise in your head is not just random. It's a feedback loop. You interpret silence as rejection and a neutral face as a verdict. You are projecting your own deepest fears onto every person you meet. You've become your own judge, jury, and executioner. Think about your last social interaction. Did you really hear what they said, or were you just scanning for signs of disapproval? Your brain was busy decoding threats that didn't exist, missing the actual meaning right in front of you. This is social hypervigilance. It's an exhausting game of chess where you are playing against yourself. Every move you make is calculated to minimize pain, not to maximize joy. No wonder you feel like you're running out of battery every single day. We need to update the software. Your brain treats social media notifications like a hunting alert and real-life conversations like a battlefield. We must manually override these primitive settings to stop the constant panic. The first step is realization. You are not broken. Your survival instinct is just hypersensitive. You need to acknowledge that the alarm is ringing for no reason. Don't fight the alarm. Just learn to ignore the sound. Stop trying to be perfectly adjusted. Perfection is a static target that moves every time you get close to it. The moment you accept that you can be awkward, the pressure to perform begins to evaporate. Practice small failures on purpose. Say no when you want to. Ask a stupid question or stand in a way that isn't perfectly curated. Teach your brain that the world does not end when you deviate from the script. Observe the fear, but do not obey it. When your chest tightens and your throat feels dry, recognize it for what it is, a biological signal, not a prophecy of doom. You can stand in the middle of a storm and choose not to be blown away. You are creating your own prison, but you are also the only one with the key. You have been waiting for someone to tell you that you are enough, but you can only hear that from yourself. The validation you crave is a trap. This is the end of the first cycle. You have identified the glitch, understood the evolutionary cost, and started the recalibration. You are still the same person, but now you have the manual to your own survival. Most people are just as lost as you are, but they are better at hiding it behind social masks. Everyone is performing. You are just the only one who realized it's a play. Stop looking for truth in their masks. You think you need to be liked to survive, but you actually need to be respected. And you can't be respected if you're constantly seeking approval. It's a paradox that keeps you small. Build your own value system. If you base your self-worth on external metrics, you are basically handing the remote control of your emotions to strangers. Take the remote back. Discomfort is the price of admission for a meaningful life. You cannot grow if you stay in the safe zone. Every time you feel that familiar dread, remember, that is the feeling of your old self dying. Treat your social anxiety like an annoying colleague who keeps giving bad advice. You don't have to agree with them. You don't even have to listen. Just let them talk and do your own thing. Stop analyzing every single word you said in the conversation. Nobody else is replaying it in their head. Only you are living in that memory. It's a ghost town. Leave it. Real connection requires vulnerability, not perfection. When you show your flaws, you invite others to drop their masks too. Be the first one to be real, even if it's terrifying. You have a unique perspective because you've spent so much time observing. Don't waste that by hiding it. Your silence is a library of observations that the world needs to hear. Learn to be comfortable with being the outsider. The center of the crowd is often the loudest and the shallowest. The edges are where the real clarity is. This is your second cycle complete. You are shifting from victim to architect. You are no longer just reacting. You are beginning to design your own social landscape. You start noticing that the rules of social interaction are often just suggestions. You don't have to follow them to be a decent person. You can rewrite the rules to fit your own comfort. The fear of being weird is just a fear of being seen. But being seen is the only way to be known. Stop hiding your true self behind a screen of compliance. Your energy is a limited resource. Stop spending it on people who drain you just to keep the peace. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is simply walk away. You're not a static object. You are a process. You are changing, evolving, and learning every single day. Don't judge your entire life based on one bad day or one failed conversation. Silence can be a weapon, or it can be a shield. Learn to use it to your advantage. You don't always need to fill the void with words just because things get awkward. Confidence isn't the absence of fear. It's the ability to act in spite of it. Every time you do something that scares you, you take a tiny piece of your power back. You've been looking for validation in all the wrong places. External praise is like sugar. It gives you a quick rush, but it leaves you hungrier than before. Stop waiting for the right time to start living authentically. The right time is a lie told by your anxiety to keep you stuck in the waiting room. Your vulnerability is actually your greatest strength. People are drawn to authenticity because it's so rare in a world of fake perfection. Third cycle complete. You are no longer just surviving. You are beginning to thrive. You have learned that the social void is not a trap. It is a canvas, and you are the artist. The fear of judgment was never about them. It was about your own internal critic holding the microphone. That critic is not you. It's just an old recording you forgot to turn off. You don't need to be the loudest person in the room to have the most impact. Your quiet presence can be far more powerful than empty noise. Embrace the strength of your own subtlety. You've spent years adapting to a world that wasn't built for you. Now you have the tools to build your own world, brick by brick, based on your own rules and your own peace. Vulnerability is not weakness. It is the ultimate act of bravery. It is the key that unlocks genuine connection, which is what you've been starving for all this time. Risk being seen. You are not defined by your anxiety. Anxiety is just a passenger in your car. It is not the driver. You decide the route, the speed, and the destination. It's time to take the wheel. The social void was never a real place. It was just a projection of your own fear. When the fear fades, the void disappears, and you realize you were always standing on solid ground. You now possess the ultimate superpower, the ability to observe your own thoughts without getting lost in them. This is the end of the suffering and the beginning of true self-mastery. Your past experiences with rejection are not scars. They are lessons. They taught you exactly what you don't want to be. They refined who you actually are. Don't regret the pain. Honor the growth. You are ready to step out of the observer's box and into the arena of life. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be present. The world is waiting for the real you. This is the beginning of the rest of your life. You are equipped, you are aware, and you are enough. Go create your own story, one authentic interaction at a time. Welcome to the world. Thank you for being part of the glowing circle. Remember, the void isn't something to fear. It's the space where you finally get to be yourself. Don't forget to subscribe for more updates on recalibrating your social world. See you in the next one.